Now the third method which we are discussing is the cross multiplication method. Before we go to this cross multiplication method, I would like to emphasize that the technique for solving this is very interesting. You should look into any prescribed textbook to find out how the solution has come or how this method has been derived. But right now, for the purpose of solving problems, we will assume that you have understood that, or you will go through this particular method for deriving and take the final value and then start solving the problem. Now let us take a small example in this particular case. Let us say 2x plus 3y is equal to 46, 3x plus 5y is equal to 74. Okay, let us assume this is the first equation, this is the second equation. Now in this method, when an equation is given like this, the first thing that you are supposed to do is convert it to a equation form in this manner. So this is same as 2x plus 3y minus 46 is equal to 0, and I can rewrite this as 3x plus 5y minus 74 is equal to 0. So I have transformed them in this. Now for these two equations, what are the coefficients of x and y? We will write it up. I will write it in a different color. So I will call this as coefficient a1, and this says a2, this says b1, this says b2, this says c1, this says c2. Right? Because if you take a linear equation like this, it's called as ax plus by plus or minus c is equal to 0. That is the method. Since I am using two equations, I will call it as a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2. Now this method of cross multiplication can be done like this. First, what you do is, what are the variables that you are having here? X is one variable, y is one variable, the other one is a constant for which I will write 1 here. Okay, this is numerical 1. Right. Now you draw cross multiplication symbols like this. Okay. In all these three cases. Right. Now you draw arrows like this. Okay. Now let us start writing the coefficients here. Let me write this one as b1, b2. Now you may ask me a question, sir, why not a1, a2? See, when you derive this final expression, you will find that this would be the most convenient way of writing. This would be the correct way of writing. So this trick has been derived from the derivations that we have done, which we are not carrying out here. You can refer any reference books or textbooks related to that, you will get these values. This is b1, b2. Don't worry, let us say I will start from b1, b2. Okay, b1 and b2 I have got it here. What is the next set of variables? c1 and c2. What is the next set of variables? Come around here. a1 and a2. What is the next set of variables after a? Again you will get b1, b2. See, it is in a cyclic order. Please remember this. You start with b, coefficient b, write b1, b2. After b it is c1, c2, b1, b2, c1, c2, a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2, a1, a2, like that. So when I start b1, b2, c1, c2, a1, a2, b1, b2, you ends it here. Then, so this is the cross for x, for y, and a constant. Now from this we will derive a very simple formula. The formula is x divided by, you cross multiply this and this, B1 C2 B1 C2 minus B2 C1. Okay, please note carefully, x divided by, go from the top down, B1 C2 minus B2 C1. This must be equal to y divided by, same process, C1 A2 minus, what is it, C2 A1. Correct? C1 A2 minus C2 A1. And this is equal to 1 divided by A1 B2 minus A2 B1. Okay? This is equal to 1 divided by A1 B2 minus A2 B1. So, we have got one comprehensive formula here. X divided by B1 C2 minus B2 C1 is equal to y divided by C1 A2 minus C2 A1 is equal to 1 divided by A1 B2 minus A2 B1. You have got your choice. Either if you can remember this, it is very well. If you cannot remember this, then you can simply write it down somewhere, okay, and then make this expression from this and write it, which is a easier method. So from this we are able to solve any given pair of linear equations in two variables. Now let us take this particular formula, apply it to the example that we have chosen here and find out whether it works or not. Okay. Now, so in this case, if you take this problem, I have got A1 is equal to 2, A2 is equal to 3, B1 is equal to 3, B2 is equal to 5, C1 is equal to minus 46, please refer here, C1 is equal to minus 46, don't write this, and C2 is equal to minus 74, right. So I will substitute the values and find out the solution. I will take this out temporarily. So let me write that x divided by B1 C2 3 into C2 is minus 74 minus B2 C1, B2 is 5 into minus 46 is equal to y divided by C1 A2, C1 is minus 46 into A2, which is 3 minus C2 A1, C2 is minus 74 into A1 is 2, which is equal to 1 over A1 B2 2 into 5 minus A2 B1 3 into 3. See, now all that I have done here is, after this I have substituted the values of B1, B1 B2, A1 A2, C1 C2 in this order. So what we have got here is x divided by 3 into minus 74 minus 5 into minus 46 is equal to y divided by minus 46 into 3 minus 74 into 2. Please cross verify in case if there is some change, which is equal to 1 divided by 2 into 5 minus 3 into 3. Now I have got this. Now from this is so simple that I am able to find the solution to that. I will remove this. Now since a by something, x by something is equal to y by something is equal to z by something, constant by something, c by something, I can always equate this with this, this with this, this with this, or this with this. Anyway I can do it. So what I will choose is, I will equate this with this. Now when I simplify this, I will get it as x divided by 8 is equal to y divided by 10 is equal to 1 divided by 1. Please simplify this, you will get these values. X by 8 is equal to y by 10 is equal to 1 by 1. So I have got x, y constants here. So I will take this portion and this portion. So I will say x by 8 is equal to 1 by 1. Therefore x is equal to 8. See, I have found the solution to this. Right? Next, what I will do is, I will take this and this again. Right? So when I do that, y by 10 is equal to 1 by 1, and therefore y is equal to 10. Right? So this equation which is given has a unique solution. First, has it got a solution? Yes. How do you say that it is yes? Because you have got specific values of x and y which will satisfy this equation, and therefore this has a solution. And you are able to see that you have got a unique solution 8 and 10, and therefore this has a unique solution, right? And because that it has a unique solution and it has solution, basically I will call this as a consistent pair of linear equation. See how simple this technique is. I will relook into the whole thing once again. In a pair of linear equations with two variables, I am interested in the coefficients. I will rewrite the given linear equations in this manner: ax plus by plus or minus c is equal to 0. And then I will name these coefficients as a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2. And hope you remember the cross multiplication technique that we had used here. If you want, I will rewrite it here for recollection: x, y, 1, cross, 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 right? Now what did I say? You don't write a1, a2 first, start with b1, b2. So b1, b2, c1, c2, a1, a2, b1, b2. Go in that cyclic order, and then from this you get this expression: x divided by this, y divided by this, and 1 divided by this. This is the expression that you are supposed to remember when you want to solve a pair of linear equations using the elimination method, cross multiplication method. So from x, y, 1, I have got this expression: x by something, y by something, and 1 by something. Now when a pair of linear equations in two variables is given to you, you first reorganize it in this manner, so that you have got the coefficients for x a, a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2. Then substitute the values of a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2 in this expression. For example, in this particular case, I had taken a1 and a2 values. I have first of all marked it here, then substituted the values. I simplified this equation and I got x by 8 is equal to y by 10 is equal to 1 by 1. Then I will take x and the constant together. The x by 8 is equal to 1 by 1. I get the value of x, and I will take y and this again. Y by 10 is equal to 1 by 1. I have got the value of y is equal to 10. Very simple method. However complex, in case if you are having trouble in trying to use the elimination method, because you may not be getting a multiplication coefficient by which you are able to eliminate it. And in most of the cases it will be available, but if this happens to be 4.2, this happens to be 2.3, then you are in trouble. So when you are in such trouble, then instead of going in for the elimination method, you can as well go in for this cross multiplication method. All that you need is a little of computation of multiplications. So in such cases, you can comfortably use this method. Can be used for any particular thing, but there is a trick involved in this. This is Very important for us to understand. What is the trick involved? Let us assume that the pair of given linear equations in two variables happen to be inconsistent. That means there was no solution. So when you do all these jugglery and finally you say that I am not getting a solution, is a troublesome issue. Is it not so? If this was a consistent equation, then this is true, because you are going to get unique values. If this was inconsistent, then you can't get value of x and you can't get value of y, because there is no solution to this pair of equations. So instead of coming up to the solution end and then struggling to find out, oh my god, I am not getting a solution to this, there is a technique by which you can initially find out whether this given pair of equation is consistent or inconsistent, whether it has a unique solution or whether it has infinite number of solutions. That we will try to understand now. Now, we have said that this whole method is based upon the coefficients. Now let us try to find out the trick for